on. Oh, how are you today? Let me make sure everything's working properly. I had some technological issues. Let me plug in the ring light because a lit face can be gorgeous, right? How is everyone today? I can see you watching. So as you come in, say hello if you are here. Say hi in the chat. If you're watching this on YouTube and you want to be a part of the conversation, please head over to businessstraightup.com/community so that you can be a part of the conversation. And as you join, make sure to say hi. Say, hey, Brooke, what's up? How's it going? Hey, Lisa, it's good to see you. I feel like we haven't seen each other in forever. It's been far too long. As soon as we think like all this stuff is getting better, it's just not, right? But that's okay, right? We just have to keep smiling and nodding and keep on going. So as you come in, say hello. I can see you watching. I just don't know who's watching. I wanted to talk today. I have a little bit of tough love after a very frustrating situation yesterday that should not have been frustrating. I wanted to kind of give you a scenario that I went through personally. And I'm a little distracted because there's a bird right outside my window and I am terrified of birds. So Kimberly said, hey, beautiful. Hey, Kimberly, how are you? Good morning. It's a beautiful day. I love this time of year. It's not just because my youngest is actually in school now. Lisa said, focus on the controllables. Absolutely. I am trying to teach my son that as he starts school this week, and there are things that are coming up that he is frustrated with. So let's talk about this situation yesterday. Actually, it's been happening for about a week now. So a while back, I asked on my Facebook group for people to recommend business owners to me. And to give you a little bit of background, for anyone that doesn't know me, I've run my boudoir studio now for 12 years. I have gone from an in-home studio to a commercial space in downtown Denver, and now I custom built it into my home. So I have run my business for 12 years. I've worked with several stylists throughout the years. Some have moved away. Some have stopped their business. Some are too far away. And so it doesn't work very well when I'm not downtown anymore. So it kind of ebbs and flows, and people change and businesses change and things change, right? We all go through these changes. And so I update my list of stylists every year. Now, these are stylists that do hair and makeup for my boudoir clients. They are amazing. I always say I work with the most amazing women in the world. And when I say that, I'm not just talking about my clients, I'm also talking about my students and my stylists and all of the professionals that I surround my business with and my life with are these amazing powerhouse business women. Okay, so these stylists are amazing. And I asked on Facebook, I said, it's time for me to update my list. I'm a little behind because usually I update every year, but with COVID, I wasn't updating anything. We were all like, what are we going to do? So I didn't update last year. And so this year I asked on Facebook, who are your favorite stylists? I would love to work with some new stylists. I have very specific processes that we go through and stuff like that when I'm working with a new stylist. Kimberly said, you're amazing. Thank you so much. I appreciate you. So I'm updating my stylist list, right? Normal, not crazy. Let me tell you what happened. I asked on Facebook and Instagram for favorite stylist. Who's your favorite stylist? Who do you know that's amazing that I should know too? And these people started tagging their friends, which is awesome. And that's exactly what I wanted. So they're tagging their friends. However, they are tagging their friends by name, which again, not a problem, right? It shouldn't be. Okay. So if I had a business that was called, let's just say, my boudoir, when I first started, it was under Bellezza Boudoir, which is beautiful in Italian. And if that was my business name, Bellezza Boudoir, and someone tagged me as Brooke Summer, I would need to make sure that I'm showing up still under Bellezza Boudoir, right? Because my business name did not match my personal name. When people tag you on social media, chances are they're going to tag you as a person, not necessarily your business. Now, that's not a bad thing, okay? Because you want people recommending you. That's amazing. And if they recommend you and they tell someone how awesome you are, that's a good thing. That's what we want, right? That's word of mouth. It's an awesome, awesome thing. But what was happening is people were tagging their friends and people that they had worked with in the past. And so because these people either don't have their business information visible on Facebook as far as like worked or contact information, I had to go to the Google to search for this person's name. And what I ended up doing is searching first name, last name, because remember, that's what I had. Makeup artist, Denver. And I tried different things like hair, Denver, hair, Colorado. Like I tried different search terms. So it's not like I was just searching for one thing. But can I just tell you, out of 27 makeup artists that I searched for, I was able to find 4 of them. 4 out of 27. I don't even know what the math is on that. Let me see. 4 divided by 27. That's 15% roughly. Okay. So that means that out of all of these makeup artists that were recommended to me, these people that are professionals that run a business, I was only able to find 15% of them. That is crazy to me, you guys. As a business owner, you need to be making sure that the people who are looking for you can find you. If they can't find you, they can't pay you. They can't hire you. They can't add to your business. Why are you in business if you're not findable? This is just crazy to me. So I was breaking this down in my brain because yesterday I was hot. I was on a rampage. I was like, what the heck is going on? I can't find these people. This is silly. So I was breaking this down and talking to myself, because sometimes I do that, about what this looks like for someone. So while I kind of go through this, I'm going to ask you to put in the comments whether you think you are findable by name. Okay, I'm not talking business name. I'm talking about your name. Because if a friend recommends you, chances are they're going to recommend you by name, not by business name, because a lot of times our friends don't even know our business names, and that's okay. They're not in our business. Okay. And that's totally fine. But if I can't find you by name, then it's going to be hella hard to hire you. So when someone searches for your name and what you do, They need to be able to find you. Now, there's a few ways to do this. First of all, you can make your business name your name. A lot of people don't want to do that because they come up with these beautiful names, and I get it. Like I had one too, like I just shared. I kept my boudoir separate from what at the time was wedding and portrait work. And so I wanted boudoir to be separate. It was 2 separate brands, separate socials, separate everything, which was a giant pain in the ass, but that's a whole nother episode. So I had a separate business name. I get it. I do. I loved my business name. It was Italian. I had just gone to Italy. I was super thrilled. I loved everything about it. But people, first of all, didn't know how to spell it because of what I do. And you may think if you don't do boudoir that won't be a problem, but it still can be a problem, because what if your business name is, I'm just going to use mine, Bellesa Wedding Photography, or is it Bellesa Wedding Photographer, or is it Bellesa Studios, or is it Bellesa Media? There are so many different variations that if you are not searchable by your name, you're leaving people out that want to work with you. You're leaving money on the table. Let's see. Let me look at comments real quick. Amanda said, I get weirded out if you can't openly say your business and what it is you do or sell, right? If you can't tell me more about yourself, then I'm immediately going to think that you don't know much about what you're doing. It's true. Lisa said, yes, I'm easily found by name. Good. And again, guys, it doesn't mean your business name has to be your name. There's a lot of people that don't have their business name match with their personal name, and that's fine, but you need to tie it as well. Amanda said, I think I can be found by name. Karina said, I got found by Lifetime TV because keywords were in my business name. Yes, there are so many different ways around this, but the bottom line is that your personal name needs to be attached to your business somehow. Now, what does that look like? Let's talk about a few different things. First of all, you can tie your name to blog posts or website pages that are searchable. So this can be your about page on your website. This can be blog posts on your website. This can be, so many different things. Okay. It can even be your contact page. It doesn't have to be on every single page of your website if you don't want it to be. Personally, I think it should be, but if you don't want it to be, that's okay. You need to have it tied though to pages on your website that are searchable, meaning they're indexed, they're in your site map with Google, so that when your friend says, oh my gosh, my friend Lisa is amazing, she's a photographer, her name is Lisa Craig, work with her, they can just type in Lisa Craig photographer in Denver and they will find you. Okay, so that's one way you can tie it to your website. Second, you need to tie your name or your business or what you do on social media. So like I shared yesterday, people are tagging their friends, which is amazing. But I was only able to find 15% of these people. When I clicked on their name, there was no business information. Or if there was, it's not public. If I'm not friends with them, I'm not going to be able to see it. This is a problem. Kimberly said, I can be found by name. If you don't use photographer, then you have to go past the Kimberly that's a PhD, which I'm clearly not. Kimberly, I have a porn star with my same name, so I feel you on that. Karina said, I came in late. Are you saying my name, Karina Velez, needs to be attached to Chicago Pinup? Yes. Yep. And it doesn't have to be attached everywhere. Okay. You don't have to change everything to be Chicago Pinup Photography by Karina Velez. It doesn't have to be that way, but you need to have at least one page on your website that is showing up on Google. Because what had happened yesterday, Karina, just to kind of catch you up and recap, is I had 27 makeup artists recommendations that were all recommended by name. Okay, first name, last name. They tagged their friends, which is cool, but I was only able to find 15% of these people through Facebook, Instagram, and Google. I could only find 4 of the 27 people that were recommended to me so that I could contact them. And that is crazy to me. If you are not searchable by your name, you need to be. Now, again, it doesn't have to be everywhere. Okay. I'm not saying change your business name. I'm not saying, well, Brooke said I had to rebrand. No. But you do need to have your name tied to what you do somewhere that is searchable. So that can be on social media. If you do not currently have your employer showing as your business and it is public information so that people who are not your friends can still see it, that's another place that you can have that information, even if you don't have a website. Okay, y'all know how I feel about websites. I think you need a website and I will fight that one to the death. But if you choose not to have a website, you better have that business information on your personal profile, not just on a business page. Hi, Cindy. Welcome, welcome. And the reason for that is because people are going to recommend you by name, first name, last name. They're going to say, oh my gosh, my friend Brooke Summer is amazing. She's a boudoir photographer. You need to look her up. If I didn't have my name anywhere on my website, how are they going to look me up? If I don't have my business information on my Facebook profile, when someone tags me in a comment and I don't see it, so I don't respond, how the hell are they going to find me? You need to have these attachments everywhere. If you are not using your Facebook profile, your Instagram profile, or whatever you use, LinkedIn, I don't care. All social has this option, okay? They all have a place where you can put something. And you don't even have to say works for, you don't have to tag it under employer or whatever. Just say, put your website there. I couldn't find anything on these guys. And to be clear, I'm really good at Google. Okay. I am not used to not finding what I want. And I was searching for these people, and these are not common names. Okay. I'm not looking for John Smith makeup. I'm looking for very unique names with unique spellings that should be easy to find, and they're not. And if you're just an employee for someone else and you don't want to be found, that's a good thing. But when you're running a business, you need to be found. I want to hire these people. I want to pay them money, and I can't find them. How many people want to hire you and want to pay you money and they can't find you? It's a problem. So first, tie your name to blog posts, websites, pages, whatever that are searchable. Second, tie your name or your business to what you do on social media. So Facebook profile, Instagram profile, Linktree, whatever the hell you use, it doesn't matter. You need to tie it in somehow, because when someone recommends you by first and last name, someone who doesn't know you needs to be able to click on your name and find you. And third, you can tie your name to your business or what you do on other websites as well, such as partner websites, directories, things like The Knot, Wedding Wire, Denver Business Women, stuff like that. There's so many directories. Now, I'm in Denver, so obviously look for your area, but there are so many directories, Chambers of Commerce, BNI. There are so many directories of businesses. Tie it there. You got to tie your name, like first and last name, or first and last name that everyone else knows, especially for women that have the expectation of changing their name when they get married. You may have chosen not to change your name online or whatever. So the first and last name that you use on social on a personal level needs to be tied to your business and what you do. Now, as Karina was saying, that could also mean keywords. So for instance, my name, Brooke Summer, if my business name was Beleza Photography, okay, making this up, it's not, but if my business name was Beleza Photography, then I would want to make sure that my name, Brooke Summer, is tied to Beleza Photography so that I can be found. Now, if Beleza Photography is also boudoir, I would definitely want the keywords in there as well. That's where SEO comes into play. And if you haven't taken my SEO course, get on that because the price is going up. These are things that you need to be considering. Your business name needs to be tied to your personal name. And the reason is people will be searching by your personal name. People search for people. Let's see. Cindy said, what's your advice if I want to keep my Facebook page private because I volunteer at my daughter's school and want to avoid the Karens? Absolutely. You can 100% keep your Facebook page private. Cindy, in that case, she said, I did end up creating a separate Facebook page that's public and photography related. Yes. So in that case, you need to have either some sort of link to your website, or you can do the employer link where like you're employed by your photography name, or you can just put your website in the bio section. There's lots of different ways. You don't have to make your whole Facebook page public at all. Okay, mine's not public either. Mine's pretty locked down. I have a lot of friends though because of business connections. And I've met so many amazing people. It's so interesting to me when people are unwilling to add friends that they don't know. And I'm like, that's why I've met some of my most amazing friends. But I understand. Like, I also don't post pictures of my kids on social. It's very, very rare that you'll see a picture of my kids. So many of my clients come in for their sessions and they're like, I don't even know what your kids look like. And then I show them pictures, because they're there, but I don't put my kids on social for that reason. So if you do, and you want to keep it private, I totally understand that. But in your profile, in the section where you can put work, you can actually put in your business page. So you can say, I work for this business, and you can make just that section public. So Facebook is pretty specific. You can choose your privacy settings and you can say, I want this to be public, but the rest to be private. And that is what I would recommend. Or you can just put your website there. These people had nothing, no email, no website, no phone, nothing. And we need to make sure that the people who want to work with us can find us. So Cindy, in your case, I'm going to pick on you for just a sec, just because I love you. In your case, if someone local to you was asking in, let's say, a mom's group, well, I've really been looking for this type of photography. Do you know anyone? And someone that knows you said, oh my gosh, you've got to hire Cindy. And they tag you by name. You have to ask yourself, what are they going to see? So if someone tags you by name, just your name, Cindy De Jesus, and they click on your name, what are they going to see when they click on your name? And if you want to know, then I highly recommend borrowing someone's phone who's not your friend. Or you can even just open an incognito tab in your browser to see what someone else is seeing. Because what other people see on our profiles, it's so funny. We are so immersed in social, like constantly, that we don't know how other people see our profiles, right? We see our stuff, it's there. Well, of course it is, because that's our profile. But not everyone is going to see all of that information. So ask a friend. And you can just say, hey, can you remove me for a friend for just a second, like screenshot my profile so I can see what you see, and then I'll add you right back. I would happily do that for someone. You need to know what other people are seeing because they are going to recommend you by name, not necessarily by business name. And I know that's a hard thing for some of us to wrap our heads around because we want to keep our private life private and then our business life separate. And I get that. Like I said, I don't share my kids on social. This has been a huge fight with my parents, my mom and my mother-in-law. Do not share my kids on social. Oh my gosh, I cannot even tell you guys the arguments that we've had because I do try to keep some things private, right? And not everyone does, and that's okay too. Whatever works for you. I've been on social a lot longer than most. I was a beta tester for Gmail and Pinterest. Like I've been online for a long time and I've seen a lot of things come and go. But one thing that I am telling you, when you run a small business, people are going to tie it to you as a person. And that's not a bad thing, especially if what you do is near and dear to your heart, like so many of us. So for instance, if someone has a trade that they're not super passionate about, but they enjoy it, it's cool. Like for instance, my dad is an electrician. Okay, he's a master electrician. He is brilliant at what he does, but he's not really like passionate. He's not like every person deserves electricity. Like there's a big difference, right? Between wanting to have an impact and having a trade. They're two different things. So he is not super, super passionate about electricity, but he knows his shit. He's really, really, really good at what he does. And when people tag him on social media, they can see his business. Now, to be fair, he didn't set it up that way. I did for him. But the bottom line is that people are going to tag you and recommend you because of you, not necessarily because of your business. And that kind of brings us into like the secret sauce in marketing, right? What is your secret sauce? What makes you different from anyone else? Let me know in comments if you know. If you're like, Brooke, I don't even fucking know, you can tell me that too. Well, you don't have to swear. But if you want to, you can. Because fuck is the most versatile word in the English language. Highly recommend not telling your kids that though, because my son told his 5th grade English teacher that. That was a fun conversation. I just played a song for my daughter last night that is called Auto Titsling. I'm sure like most people don't even remember, but it's from Bette Midler. And now my daughter is obsessed with this song. And I can totally see that being a discussion soon. Me and the principal. I'm going to get in trouble. But having your personal name tied to your business is part of what makes you different. Even if your business name is not your name, that's okay. That's totally fine. It doesn't have to be. Like Karina shared, she's Chicago pinup, which is perfect. And those are keywords too, which is perfect. But you know what? I'm curious. I'm going to search for her real quick. Karina Velez, photographer, Chicago. Okay, I'm thinking like someone who doesn't know what the hell they're talking about. They just know that someone went into a mom's group and someone said, oh my gosh, you have to talk to Karina. She's amazing at what she does. So someone's like, oh, Karina Velez. Okay, let me look her up. Karina Velez, photographer, Chicago. Boom, she's number 1. She's findable. Karina, you're findable. High five, chest bump. That's amazing. Do you guys understand what I'm saying? Can you let me know in the comments if you understand what I mean? Because sometimes when I go off on these rants, I don't remember that not everyone always understands what I'm saying. So let me know if you understand. And I can even open an incognito tab and try Karina Velez, photographer, Chicago. Boom, she's still number 1. She's findable. So if I was searching for her just by name, not by her business name, but by her name, she is still findable, even though her business name and her website is not tied to her personal name. She's still findable. Okay, let me look at comments. Cindy said, all good points. Thank you, ma'am. I'm so glad to see you. I feel like it's been too long since we've done these lives. Back to school kicked my ass. Amanda said, trying to make the best client experience and individual attention they deserve to make them comfortable and enjoy having their photos taken. Yes. That's what sets her apart. So I would even go deeper on that. But people say I make them cry. But it's not cry like bad cry. It's not cry like upset cry. It's cry like, this is amazing and enlightening kind of cry. My students always go, are you going to make someone cry? No. Kimberly said, I totally understand. Lisa said, yes, totally understand. Good. Good, good, good. How's everyone doing? Say hi. Let me know if you have any questions. I was going to have to leave at 10:30 because my son had a flight this morning or at 11, but he had to cancel it. So I'm here for you, whatever you need. If you're just coming in, say hi. And I'll just drink my coffee over here. Marietta, hello. I don't even really want to talk about this because I'm afraid I'll cry, but I missed you guys so much at WPPI. I was very upset to miss that. I cannot even tell you how much I was looking forward to it. Amanda said, I'm starting to get clients who see who they are outside of just what they do, which is leading to the coolest realizations and experiences. Yes. And your secret sauce and what you do and why you do what you do and what makes you different will change. And that's a good thing. We all grow. It's a beautiful thing. What made me different 5 years ago is totally different from what makes me different now. I'm a lot more comfortable in my skin and confident in what I do because I know I'm good at what I do. Marietta said, I do have to go, but I'm going to watch the replay. Perfect. I miss you. I feel like we just need a girls trip somewhere. Amanda said, happy tears. Yes. Happy tears. I make people cry. That should be a testimonial on my website. I make people cry happy tears. Marietta said, daughter is sick. Oh, girl, I'm so sorry. Back to school, especially for kids who have not been in school a lot, is going to be rough. We're going to see a lot of colds and yuckies and ugh. I'm so sorry. Trish said, me too. Yes. Yes. Everything will change. And you should be growing and evolving and changing. Marietta said, I missed you too. I was as well. Oh my gosh. I was so sad to miss WPPI. You guys, I cannot even tell you how much I wanted to be there. I know Trish wanted to go too. It's rough. We're still in the thick of chaos. But you know what? We're just going to keep on going. That's all we can do right now. I'm happy I'm not closed. So yay for that. I am almost booked for 2021. And just so you guys know, I'm not volume. I don't want to be. I have friends who do like 10 sessions a week. Man, there's no way. I would die. I would fall down and die. I would be like, oh my gosh, you look amazing. And I'm dead. I did, when I first moved into my commercial studio downtown, I did 25 sessions in that first month. Really, really thought I was going to die. I almost was in the hospital. And I did not know at the time, but I also found out later that I was also pregnant while doing that many sessions. So I do not recommend that. What is that? 6 a week-ish? Don't recommend. But you know, we all learn. We do crazy shit and then we learn from it, right? And that was absolutely a learning experience. That reminds me, we need to have another session all about failure. Sorry, have to make a note. You'll probably hear me typing. So say hi in the chat. Let me know if there's anything I can help you with, anything you're working on. Do you have like a sale coming up or anything that you might need another set of eyes on? If not, that's cool too. I'm just enjoying talking with you all. I feel like I'm still missing out on in-person experiences. And while I do things outside with friends, I'm still sad. I miss my friends and I miss talking to like actual humans instead of my dogs and myself and my husband, because, you know, it's nice to talk with people that you don't live with. So let me know if there's anything else I can help you with. Otherwise, we'll call it and we'll go about our day. I'm actually in class today, so I'm learning because it never ends. We're always learning. And it never should end. Trish said, I have my first discovery call in an hour. Send positive vibes. What do you mean by discovery? Like a client call? I know, because I hate them. I shouldn't say I hate them. I just feel like I'm constantly talking over someone unintentionally and it feels very awkward. And so they're not my favorite thing to do, but I don't love talking on the phone in general. I'm getting better. I actually talked with my best friend for 3 hours the other night, which is rare. Trish said, yes, you're going to do great. Walk into it knowing that no matter what this person says, that you are good at what you do and that you have a killer service to offer them. And all you're doing is leading them to a decision. You're not trying to twist their arm. You're not trying to say, you have to buy this. No, you're just leading them to a decision. Do you want it or no? And if they choose no, that's okay. You have to be 100% okay with either decision, but just lead them to a decision. Amanda said, thanks, Brooke. You're so welcome, gorgeous. Let's see. Kimberly said, loved this today, Brooke. Thank you. I am working very hard to embrace my rants and the things that irritate me instead of just stuffing them down. Because this one drove me crazy. I'm like, I cannot find these business people and they are running a business. Where are you at, makeup artists? I want to learn more about you. I want to meet you. I want to talk about all the amazing things you do. And I can't even find you. Trish said, I'm nervous. Yeah. Yeah, nerves are real. I don't think that that's a bad thing, though. It just means that you care. And you have to be 100% okay with either decision, right? If they say, no, it's not for me. Okay, cool. It's okay. It doesn't mean you suck. It doesn't mean you're bad at what you do. It doesn't mean you're a terrible, horrible person. It just means it's not the right thing for them right now. Their decision is 100% about them and not about you. Kimberly said, I love your rants. Girl, I have a lot of rants. I have a list of, actually, I was watching TikTok last night, which I don't watch a ton, but usually about once a week, I watch TikTok and I was watching these things going, no, that's not, no. So I might have to do some rants there as well. There was one today where a person, actually, you know what? I got to make a note of this too. Person upset about business owner emailing her for a no call, no show. Well, I tried to keep my mouth shut. I know better. I tried not to say anything. And Jesus help me. I couldn't keep my mouth shut. This chick was a no call, no show to a hairstylist and was pissed that the stylist wasn't happy about it. And I'm like, okay, seriously. I'm really also very tired of people using excuses to excuse. I'm sorry. People using life circumstance excuses as an excuse to be a shitty human. You no call, no show someone, there are consequences for that. And I don't care if this person was saying because she's ADHD that the stylist should have been more understanding. And I'm like, seriously, I'm ADHD, I'm neurodivergent, but I can tell you that I've hired people who didn't show up because they said they had anxiety. They didn't send me a message. They didn't call me. There's no excuse for that. Okay. We don't live in a time where you have to pick up the phone and call someone. You can literally just send a text message and then at least I would know. And yeah, nothing. So I just, yeah, that's another rant for another time. So many people just blowing other people off and then they're shocked when people aren't happy about it. Like, guys, come on. If you commit to something, you need to honor your commitment. And if it doesn't happen very often, then that's one thing. But when it's consistent, like, stop. Just stop. People love you and want to work with you and want to see your beautiful face. So, another rant. Trish said, preach. Can I get an amen? We're going to church. Maybe we'll talk about this next week because I can tell you I was one of the few voices in this thread that said, this is not okay. Everyone else was like, good for you. I'm like, for what? For standing someone up? Seriously? No. Anyway, if there is not another question I can help you with right now, then I will say goodbye and have an amazing day. May you have the most productive and joyful day. And may you remember that what you do is important and what you do matters. And that I want you to be successful in whatever it is that you do. I want you to make a living doing what you love. That's what I want for you. I'm assuming you want that too, or you wouldn't be here. But if you don't, then okay, that's cool. That's what I want for you. So have an amazing rest of your day today. I look forward to helping you all. I have something new that I've been working on. The technical side of it is kind of throwing me for a loop, which is saying something because usually I'm pretty good at tech stuff. But this is kind of throwing me off. So I will let you know as soon as it's ready because you're not going to want to miss it. I'm super excited about it. and I have it all laid out. It's just a matter of getting it ready. So I will talk with you soon. Kimberly said, have a spectacular rest of your day. You too, darling. And we will talk very